Looks like we've got lots and lots of people from everywhere. This is crazy. Crazy. Good to see you all. Well, Brisbane's very close, yes. We're only 40 minutes away from Brisbane.
Very close, yes.
We've got a bit of feedback there. Thanks for all your feedback. We've got some great stuff for you this morning. It's going to be very cool. I'm going to teach you how to do a Wingardium Leviosa, not Wingardium Leviosa. So you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
No idea.
No. What was that out of? Come on, everybody tell me, what was that out of? You got to tell me. I think somebody just got that. Oh, it's swish and flick. That's right. You got swish and flick. Swish and very cool. Hey, you got it right. Worth the beat. Well done. That's the one. Straight out of Harry Potter. That was when Hermione was telling, what's his name? The ginger guy, what's his name?
Rufus?
No.
That's his real name. I don't know.
How to do a spell. Anyway, cool. Very cool. Well, we've had some things happen this week about some Ethiopian treated opal, and I just wanted to let you know that I've got a whole bunch of it here. And we're going to be making a video on how to tell the difference, because some people can't tell, and sometimes some pieces will be very difficult to tell and you really need to get them tested. But we're going to go through a few traits, and that will be probably in a couple of weeks' time. A video will go out about them. So I might give you a close look this morning before we get on that wheel and start doing some cutting. Other bit of news, I've got a gorgeous stone here we'll have a close look at just before we look at the willow stuff. And this is a cracker. It's a beautiful stone. I can't wait to show it to you. Also, Ruthie, my gorgeous wife, has about to launch a new jewelry collection called Kindred, and it is going to be beautiful. So that's happening next week. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa, dudes. Slow down. Slow down.
Yeah.
Ron Weasley. That's it.
Yeah.
Ron. Good old Ronnie. Very cool. Yeah, collection is going to be great fun. Also, there will be some cutoff dates for if you want to purchase opal for Christmas. They'll be posted on our socials just to let you know what dates. If you wanted to get something for somebody, then you can get it before that date and know that you will 100% get it in the mail with FedEx or wherever. So, yeah, and happy Halloween. We didn't do anything for Halloween, but I got to say, if you want to see something that's probably a little bit scary but amazing, is Bobby Duke's video on his how to make a pumpkin. Oh my goodness, you got to go and look at it. It will freak you out because he's done some really scary stuff, but I tell you what, I've got to show Tamika today. It is unbelievable. So go and check that out for sure. Very cool. And what else we got? That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all the news in our world. Our new workshop has just had some flooring put down, and you'll be very happy to know that the flooring is cork. So if anything drops on the ground, and especially opal, it will just bounce. It won't smash, it won't crack, not like the concrete down here. I do have carpet down here, but cork is just going to be just perfect. So yeah, can't wait. I will be giving you updates and show you what our new workshop's going to look like.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun with it. But what I thought I might do, just before we get on that wheel, I've got 5 or 6 pieces over there that we're going to have a play with and see if we can open up. I'm just going to show you a couple of stones here that I'm very excited about because they're so beautiful. Well, one is very, very exciting and the rest are miserable. And the reason they're miserable is because they're pretending to be Lightning Ridge opal. So anyway, let's get this little brackety thing happening right there, and I'll bring my light over and let's give you a bit of a gaze If you don't know what geese is, it's a look in Australian talk. All right. So let's get this on the bracket without hanging up on you, hopefully. Hello. Hi, Mom. Yeah, we didn't done that too many times. So just wanted to share a cracking stone. This is the most beautiful stone I've had in a while. And it was a trapeze sort of shape this morning, and I recut it to that. Now check out that. It's ended up being, what does it weigh? It's ended up being a 4.41 carat. Absolute top gem. And when you're talking about color on color, and let's just get in a little bit closer even, color on color with chaff and flagstone, which is those patterns that I told you I love so much. You can see the dome is really high. It's so perfect, it looks like a doublet, but it's actually natural. And yeah, you've got the flagstone and chaff, and there's little sparkles of red in it all over the place. So it's got a bit of everything, and I'm very, very proud of it. So very cool stone. That will go up for sale eventually once I fall almost out of love with it, which will never happen, so too bad. Oh, thank you, B-roll. That's very kind. All right, so now I'm just going to share with you what is going to go in the video next week, and it was donated, well, not donated, but lent from a very lovely person in Australia who was not caught out buying these. She actually knew what they were, and she sent them to me so that we can show you what opal that has been treated from Ethiopia looks like, and it's trying to emulate black opal. So I'm going to be going through an in-depth video about this sort of stuff, and how you can kind of tell whether this is a black opal from Australia or whether it's an Ethiopian opal. And you can kind of, people who've seen a fair bit of opal, it's really, really quite easy to tell which is normal black opal and which isn't. This one piece here, this one here, probably be the hardest one to tell because of its difference in patterns and all sorts of stuff. But they're all treated Ethiopian opal. So we'll go through and I'll show you some time lapse on how absorbent this sort of stuff is, and it will blow your mind how quickly that they can change from like this to very clear. But yeah, anyway, that's a real opal right there. Back to that one, I just can't stop picking it up. It's so beautiful. This in a ring with that shape is going to be absolutely magnificent. And oh, another thing too, this week we are moving. We will be, oh, what was that?
That's just me breaking things.
This week we will be moving, so I'm not going to get a video out on, pardon me, thank you, on Thursday to show you the cut stones, because we're just not going to have time. We're going to be packing boxes and moving furniture, so hopefully next week we will be in the new office. So let's move over to the cutting machine now. I think it's everything. Is that everything, Tamika?
Yes, I believe so.
So Tamika also has a microphone on so that you can hear her when she asks a question.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's working. Can you guys let me know? Can you hear me?
Yeah, let us know. That would be cool. Oh, where's my my awesome Black Opal Direct apron? My apron, yeah. So easy to put on.
Awesome. You can hear me.
You can, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool. Oh, now you're not going to hear me because I just went over. Just putting my apron on, sorry. Give me a second. Crikey.
You need some help.
I'm having issues. Oh, and you can probably hear.
Has everyone seen the back of your t-shirt?
No, I don't think that. Not everybody. Few people have. Few people have. All right. Crikey, you'd think I'd be ready, wouldn't you? So, all right. Here's what we have today. We've got a whole bunch of pieces that really are speculative. We haven't got anything today that I would say that's definitely got to cut a stone, but we may become lucky. So let's have a play and see what happens. Oh, well, actually, there's probably definitely a stone in that. But anyway, let's get that wheel going and let's see if we can do something good. Oh, and thank you for the compliments on my Forrest Gump impersonation last week. Alright, we got the water on. Get a little bit closer to the wheel so you can get a bird's eye view. And let's start with this guy here. So this one has a nice little color bar, and it's going to be small, but the color looks really bright. So I might just take a little bit of light further away. That's better. And hopefully, if I just take that straight off the top, I should start seeing some color there. But still, it's a speculative piece, which has very nice color. Look at that. That was nice. And that sand spot right in the center could ruin me once again. Let's see. See if I can get it out. No, we got it out. You beauty. Alright, so I can take all that excess off the back that we don't need. There we go. Bring that in around the edges where it's still rough. You got any questions there, Tamika? Oh, how do I decide that? Well, I just have a little bag of stones that I keep out so that I can share with you guys that I won't cut without you. And I just pull a few stones out of that bag and then we go for it and see what happens. So that's quite pretty, that stone. So yeah, it's nothing, there's no real method to it. It's just that if I get a parcel of opal, I'll pick a bunch out and go, yeah, that'll be good for the live, that's speculative, that could be fun. That's a nice stone. Dave Fritz, I just saw your question. That's a really good question about cerium oxide. What grade and what grit do you use for cerium? And to be honest with you, don't go for the finest grit. Go for a grit that is a little bit more coarse, because to the naked eye, your ability to see a polished opal, to see the polish on an opal, thank you Tim, is that you won't see the scratches from cerium oxide because it's so fine. Anyway, all ceriums are made to polish glass, so if you are to polish opal, don't go with the finest because it will frustrate you because it will take so long. There you go. This piece here is like a little bubble. You can see the cloud around the outside of it? That's like a little bubble of colour sitting in there. So the whole plan is to try and extract that little beautiful bit of colour out of the bubble. Sorry?
How do you hold such tiny opals in a steady hand? I asked the question all the time.
Yeah. It's just a matter of practice. It really is. I watched my dad do it for years. Mad opal cutter. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I think we'll be shouting lunch today. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Yeah, I used to watch my father do this, and I thought, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to hold stones like he can. I haven't got the dexterity with my fingers, but over time and lots of practice, it actually started working for me, and I couldn't believe it. It's like, well, I can do what my dad does. And so yeah, it just happens over time. You get practiced at it. And while we're talking, this is turning out to be a magnificent crystal. What a beautiful stone. Check that out. That's beautiful. Nice and crisp. Oh, I like that stone. Beautiful stone. And there's the back of it. So you could probably polish the back and the front. That's a winner. I like that. Beautiful stone. That core came from a meniscus bubble in the middle of the piece. Yep, definitely last light, two-sided, for sure. Alright, this piece needs a bit of cleaning up, and it possibly might be best for a Dremel, but anyway. Thanks, Kenneth, you're a legend. It's very kind of you. I'm just going to take this in a little bit and see what the colour looks like inside, or the pattern. The whole piece is colour, but what I want to do is just take that skin off and see where the potch is, like that. There's some potch. And where the best colour might be sitting. And I dare say that I think the best colour is sitting right there. Pretty much right there. And then this bit is quite thin. So if I just take this through there, just gently on the edge, and like a tiler would do with a groove. Now I'm not wasting too much, but if I push this down on the ground, there we go, you heard the snap. I just snapped it in two. So there's a little stone here, and now I can work on making a decent stone out of this one here. Okay, so my father in the 50s, well pretty much just the late 50s, came to Australia from Germany on a very small ferry that took 7 weeks. And he got to Australia and wondered what he could do. Now there was a couple more, Richard, thank you. There was a couple more Germans that were with him, because my dad was from East Germany, and they all decided what they wanted to do. They could go to the gold mining fields, they could go and work in factories, and my dad decided that going to Lightning Ridge, and where there's a rush of this thing called black opal, and he went up there, and in 1961 I think he cut his first opal, and then the business really pretty much began from there, and he never looked back. He got opal fever and his eyes went crossed, and he couldn't straighten them ever again, and that's pretty much how I am too. And then when I was born, there we go, that's a nice stone. Still a sand spot right there, which we will have to probably bring in and cut out. But yeah, actually I talk about my dad in the next video, and you guys got to keep an eye out for the next vid, because it's a cracker. It's an absolute ripper. And also after that vid, I'll share with you an interview with my dad, so you can see his German accent. You can hear his story from his mouth. It'll be pretty cool. Very cool. I'm happy with that. Awesome. And the little piece on the other side, that will cut a little stone too.
Okay, another question.
Another question?
How do you determine rusting makes it back? And how do you maintain such a straight line on the setting edge between the watch and the ring?
Okay, so I guess cutting opal's like a poetic license, or an artistic license. You can choose how to cut it however you want. Yes, definitely there are stones out there that have too bigger backs on them, or too heavier backs, and when that happens, you can't really value it price per carat because of that factor, and I would never do that if the back was too heavy. Look at that, that's a great little stone off the edge. Wow, so that ended up being, not that one, this one. That ended up being two nice little stones. Look at that, that's fantastic. Got to be happy with that. And getting a straight edge on the back of the opal is still, once again, practice. So much practice. It's ridiculous. This piece has a nice colour bar. I don't think it will go far. There may be a small stone. Sand is nuts. But yeah, doing a back on a stone is similar to roughing one out. It's just, you need to have the practice in your fingers, the dexterity, and the ability to manipulate the tiny little rock in your hand. Careful, Tamika. Oh, I dropped it. See, there you go. There's my dexterity dropping stuff now. So that's quite pretty colour sitting there, but the downside is it's quite thin. I'll just take it down past the potch. And we've got a nice little stone sitting there. Beautiful. It's quite bright and green. I suppose you guys are also wondering why is there not many reds in the parcels lately, and it's because red is so rare. It really is so rare that I rarely get a piece to work on, so you're not going to find too many pieces that I'm going to cut that are absolute top red. But wow, look at that! That's about a carat, and that came out of that piece that I said wouldn't work. That's just gorgeous. Beautiful. Alright, next piece. This piece I don't have a lot of hope for. Scott Spurley. Buy Tamika lunch. I like it. I definitely will. Don't worry about that. The day after we've done our live, we shout everybody lunch. Oh, look at that colour. Look at that. Oh, there is hope. There is hope for this piece. Oh, wow. Oh, crikey. Okay, you're going to have to wait 1 minute. I've got to find the flashlight.
Oh yeah.
You can have that just right there because it'll be too...
Working.
Isn't it?
No, that's right.
It did stop.
Yeah, no one can hear me. So I've been yelling.
Probably because it went through the wash. Sorry guys, just having a good chat with Tamika while you guys are staring at some dirty water. Alright, just wanted to look inside this stone. And it looks very black in there. So you can see all of that in there is darker colour and potch. So it's a hard one to know whether it's going to be bright opal or not. Or whether it's actually solid potch in there, so we won't know until we have a bit of a gaze, have a look in there. Oh, I can't believe that microphone died. It did go through the washing machine, but... Are you serious?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, I am on that new wheel that's 170 something grit, so it's a step down from the 90 grit that throws shards in my eyes, and it's not too fine that it takes forever for me to cut a stone, so it's just the right amount of grit, and it will wear down a little bit as it gets bedded in, and yeah, right now it's probably a little bit rough, but not bad. Too bad. Slowly but surely a little bit of cleaner colours coming out. Take that back off, even though that was potch. It's a dark enough piece and doesn't really need the potch to stay dark. How often do I find purple? Every single parcel that I get usually has purple in it, so I do find it a fair bit. I find it way more than I find red. But if you're looking for a very aqua blue, like a bright aqua blue, now that's rare. Really hard to find those really bright blues. It's not hard to find purples. So there you go. Well, that turned out actually quite good. I'm actually really happy with that. Still got one little sand spot there. It can come out, hopefully. Yep, it's out. There we go. Beautiful. Wow, we've got like 100% success rate so far. Oh, here's a telltale one. So this is Seam Opal from Grawin, and you can see the colour goes across, but it's on an angle, so it cuts out. So if I just give this side a little bit of a clean up, so that potch has gone dark. Alright. Good question what I'm going to do with this, because the best colour is sitting there, but the potch only goes back halfway through the stone. So let's just clean it up a little bit more. Let's see what happens. A big sand blob right there, which needs to go. Alright, that's nearly gone. So let's have a look around the other side. It's cleaning up a bit there. Alright. So this colour here is nice, but it's not like the other side. Like, it's not quite as strong as the other side. Well, it looks that way anyway. So I'm going to attack this colour and try and get a tiny little stone out of there. So I'm going to take that off. So I'm going in. All that sand. Yeah. Not a lot of hope for this. Look at that. Sand is decidedly hungry today on this one. Yeah. Alright, so we've been beaten once. Yeah. Beaten once. Check out that sand bob right in the centre of all that nice colour. Pity, pity, pity. Well, look, dexterity dropped it again. Okay, well that's it. That's all I got there, and I'm going to put this in the Beaten by Sand because it's going to be perfect for the project that I'm doing that you guys are going to watch. It's going to be so much fun. So let me put that in the jar. Kablunk goes in the jar. And here we go with one more piece. Now this is a part or a piece of a pancake knobby. And it's pretty straightforward that the colour sits on the black there, but it doesn't look like it goes far back. So let's have a quick look in there. Oh boy. Quick look in nowhere, because there's nothing. Nothing. Nope, we got sand all over the place. Wow. Talk about being beaten up. It's another nice piece for the Beaten by Sand jar for sure. There's not much you can do with it. You could cut a funky stone out of it, but I've got a better project for that one. So I'll put it in the jar. Blunk. Goes in the jar. All right. Let's turn that off. Let's have a bit of a looky-see at what we've done. Just come out a little bit. Whoop, no, that's not out. That's in. Just readjust the camera a bit. All right. Just wear my fingers out for the bank robbing I'm going to do later. Yeah, anyway, I'll stop with that. So that one turned out good. That's quite pretty. That one was the first one. Ugh, not in focus. Hang on. We need to get it in focus. That one's turned out quite nice. So I could give you a quick estimate of what these are worth. This one's probably about an $800 to $1,000 stone. And because I'm not going to be here at the end of the week and we're going to be moving, this is about a $500 gem. So that's quite nice. And that one, oh, probably around the 800 to 1,000, I'd say, for that. This crystal opal is magnificent. That's probably around the $1,500. It's going to be gorgeous. This little guy, it's about a $300 gem, and that piece around about the same. So there you go. Not a bad little haul for the morning. I don't mind that. That's actually a better strike rate than I've had for a while. So, oh, we've had actually a few good strike rates lately, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have. I know, I promise we have. Let's put you back there for a minute. It's hard to get on that bracket. There we go. We're back. I'll move that out of the way so you can see Tamika's face without this thing. All right, let me get this thing off. But yeah, that was fun. Oh, sorry, I just dropped the microphone.
Going on over there.
That's really smart. Here we go. Let's put that back on there. Coronary of errors.
Comedy of errors.
That's the one. Well, that was fun. Anyway, that went pretty quick, actually.
Very quick.
Yeah, we smashed through those little stones. So they will be cut eventually. I have also, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before. Have I mentioned Marty before?
No, I don't think so.
I think I've mentioned Marty. Marty is my protege. Marty, I'm teaching everything about opal, and he's becoming a very, very good cutter. So he will end up cutting for us very soon. He's very capable, and you guys will meet him soon too.
Yeah.
He's a very, very nice guy. So that's a little bit of news as well. So we have lots of news this week,
Yeah,
haven't we?
there's probably between now and the new year we'll have plenty of stuff to share.
Oh boy, have we got stuff. Oh my God. We've got so many things to do. It's going to be so busy. But yeah. Legends, love you guys. And thank you for chiming in again. And it's been fun. And we will keep an eye out for next week's video.
Yeah.
It's a cracker. Seriously, it's a cracker. You might see some cringeworthy stuff come from this ball guy because I get a little bit too excited. So when I'm getting excited, you guys know that there's going to be a really nice stone coming out of that. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait.
One.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Check you later.
Done.
See if I can do this. Does that mean you're gone? No, it doesn't. Oh, pressing the camera. Ah, damn it. I'm going to press the other side. There we go. I'm out of here.
See you guys.